Welcome to this video which is about sovereign centering. My name is David Brown. I'm the co-founder of the Institute of Sovereign Leadership alongside Thea Crockett. And specifically what today's video is about is the practice of sovereign centering. Throughout the workbook, you've been working through the process of awareness, acceptance and choice that then inevitably leads you towards empowerment and creativity. So the process of sovereign centering is the bit where you move from acceptance into choice. So rather than living from your or through your unconscious patterns, you're able to slightly step back from those unconscious patterns and to be able to make new choices so that you can act differently and therefore hopefully have different outcomes. Part of this practice is for you to think about an event in your past that is a helpful example of your unconscious patterns. So for example, you might have an unconscious pattern around conflict, that you might withdraw or step back or make yourself small in the face of conflict. Or you might actually make yourself big and step forward and become much more aggressive. So there might be two examples of where you're stepping into your unconscious patterns. Another example might be through boundaries, where you want to say no, but you feel that you say yes. So rather than putting up a strong barrier where you're protecting yourself and keeping yourself well boundaried, that you might open yourself even though you don't necessarily want to do that. And again, another couple of examples of unconscious patterns. My particular one that I'm going to be working with today is about public speaking. My unconscious pattern of feeling vulnerable, being at risk of criticism or rejection when I speak in public and I'm seen and I'm heard. So just take a moment to think about what your example is going to be from your past, from your experience, where you step into your unconscious patterns and have this be like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. So it's not too challenging, it's not too overwhelming for you, but it gives you that opportunity to practice stepping out of your unconscious patterns and being in a place of choice for yourself. So I'm assuming that you've got that example for yourself now. And so what we're going to do is just take a moment as now to think about, okay, what am I experiencing when I'm in this situation, when I picture myself in that scenario? What am I experiencing? So I'm noticing that my breathing gets quite fast, that my heart is also going quite fast, that my belly gets tight, and my automatic behavior, my unconscious behavior is that I talk really quickly and I talk quite high and I'm moving back and forth like this a lot of the time, and just becoming aware and also accepting the behaviors that you do as a natural consequence of these feelings and sensations that just come up because we're human beings and that's what we do when we find ourselves in these situations. So just take a moment again to become aware, and if you need to pause the video at any point, then please do that. And having that awareness is really important because it's going to act as a starting point, as a reference point for before we do the process and then after the process. Okay. So now we're ready to do the sovereign centering. So if you're standing like I am, then stand with your feet about hip width apart, with your arms down by your side. If you're sat down, that's also okay. Sitting comfortably, make sure that your legs aren't crossed at the knees or at the ankles, that your feet are flat on the floor, and that you can feel your contact on the seat on your bum, the backs of your legs, and feeling your feet on the floor as well. And again, also keeping your eyes open. I would encourage you to keep your eyes open when you're doing this, simply because ultimately you want to be able to do this in real time, in real situations, maybe in public places. And being able to do this with your eyes open means that you can center yourself in a meeting, in a conversation, when you're driving the car. That's going to be really helpful. Okay, so starting by bringing your attention to your feet, feeling the feelings and sensations in your feet, moving your attention up your lower legs towards the knees, into the upper legs and towards your pelvis, being aware of the feelings and sensations in your pelvis, and also your belly and your lower back. How are they feeling right now? Being aware of your chest and your upper back, and also your shoulders. And be aware of your upper arms and your lower arms and your hands. And be aware of your neck and your head. And now make any adjustments that you feel that you want to make so that you feel really upright and stable and supported by your skeleton. So maybe you need to bring your feet in a little bit. I definitely want to bring my feet in a bit closer to each other. Having my weight evenly distributed through my feet. Hips directly over my ankles. Shoulders over my pelvis. Arms relaxed down by my sides, and my head balanced on the top of my head, but on the top of my neck. So I don't want my chin to be too high or my chin to be too low. Nicely balanced. And also balancing your attention not just inside yourself, but also in the space around you as well. So being aware of the space in front and behind you, right and left of you, above and below you. And then also now relaxing the core muscles of the body, starting at the head. Relaxing the muscles in your scalp, around your temples and your forehead. Relax the muscles between and around your eyes. Relax your jaw and your cheeks and your tongue. Relax your throat. Allow your chest to soften and your belly to soften. And also allow the muscles inside and around your pelvis also to relax. And if you're standing as well, allow your legs to relax too. You can feel the center of gravity dropping down towards the floor. And that you might even notice or feel the floor push you back up. And if you can't feel that, then just imagine that you're being pushed up, so you have a sense of length through your spine, that you feel upright, that you feel dignified. And that if it helps to do so, imagine that you're wearing a crown on your head, so that you're the sovereign of your world. If it helps, imagine a cloak flowing over your shoulders, down your back, spreading out onto the floor behind you. Or any other symbol of your sovereignty that really works for you, that has you feel like, yeah, I'm in my sovereignty here. And give yourself some moments to really stay in that sense, that feeling of sovereignty. I'm feeling much calmer. I feel much more relaxed. And when you're ready, bring to mind again that moment or that experience that you thought about right at the beginning. Again, for me, the public speaking. When I come to my public speaking from this more centered, sovereign state, I feel much calmer, I feel much clearer about what I want to express and how I want to express it. And I can feel my belly relaxing and my breathing deepening and my heart rate is slowing down. And I feel much more resourced and resilient to be able to stand in public and speak and share what it is that I want to share. Give yourself a moment to notice how you feel different. Many people talk about feeling like they have some distance from it, that it doesn't feel so as personal, it doesn't feel so risky, or doesn't feel quite so important in a good way. So take a moment to think about how it is for you and the difference that it makes to center yourself from here. And then when you're ready, just take a little bit of a shake and step, get out of it again. And so my invitation is for you to practice this idea of sovereign centering on a regular basis with particular situations that you feel you step into your unconscious patterns regularly. And what this practice will do is it will help you to notice when you're stepping into those unconscious patterns, when you bump up against real life situations in your life, and you might be in a position over some time to be able to go, oh yeah, I'm doing that thing that I do when I get really nervous about conflict, public speaking, or my boundaries. And then you're going to notice that and you're going to go, oh yeah, I can do some centering. So you're just going to take a few seconds, because you'll have practiced it loads and it's going to feel really familiar, and you'll be able to reconnect with your body, and you'll be able to align your posture, and you'll be able to relax the front of your body. And within maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds, you'll be able to get that same distance, and then you'll be in a position to be able to choose how you respond to life's events. So this is the end of our video, the end of our time together. Go away and practice. Please, if you come up against any obstacles, any struggles, anything that you find difficult, the contact details to reach out to me or to Thea, they're in this workbook, so please do reach out to us and we can give you whatever support that we need. So enjoy your sovereign centering, enjoy this sense of dignity that you can walk through life with, and begin to enjoy the difference that it makes when you walk through your life as the sovereign of your life. Thank you.